Hello. Well, hi, I'm Janelle, and this is going to be pretty much my very first vulnerable share. But I feel like it's important and it's timely, and I kind of wish I had done this exactly when it happened because I was much more in my emotion then, and it was a very potent experience for me. But I'm going to share it now because I think that there might be people out there who can benefit from it. So today is October 28th, and it is a full moon, and there's a lunar eclipse, and it's pretty powerful energy, and it's the ending of a cycle that's been pretty potent for me. Very big, very intense, big emotions, big transformations, a lot of heartache. It's been a big thing for me. Exactly a month ago, during the last full moon in September, I think it was the 29th, I had an experience that was pretty unexpected, but it was also really helpful and it was really beautiful, and I just wanted to share it. So, on the full moon last year, I wrote out all of my intentions. I wrote the things that I wanted to let go of. I wrote about the type of relationship I want to have, and I was very detailed about what that looked like. And as I was writing it, I came to the end, and you can call it whatever you want. You can call it inspiration, you can call it an insight, you can call it a channel, but this very clear thought abruptly entered my mind, and it was, you need to have that relationship with yourself first. You need to be that person that you're seeking to yourself. You need to treat yourself just as well as the partner that you want to treat you. You need to respect yourself just as much. You need to be as disciplined as you would want that person to be as committed to you as you would want that person to be as loyal and caring about your needs as you would want that person to be. Treat yourself that way first. And I realized that's true. And I don't always do that. Boundaries have been a thing for me that I need to learn how to hold better. So that was the first big thing. And then I put all the paper down, and I was going to listen to a song, and then I was going to meditate. And as I turned the song on, and this is a song that's very dear to my heart, and interestingly, it always winds up, whenever I hear it, it's just a special moment for me. Something happens, and it's like one of those moments where it makes you pause, and it makes you appreciate everything that's around you and everything that you just felt. And often does come with some insights. So I decided I wanted to listen to the song, get myself in this good space, and then meditate. So got myself comfortable, I turned on the song, and almost immediately when it started playing, another big insight channel, whatever you want to call it, hit me. And this one was, in order to become the person that I want to be with, treat myself that way, I have to become a different version of me. And that means I have to let go of an old version of me. I have to let her kind of die. And it was sudden, and it was emotional, because along with it I realized, there's like a grieving process to this, because I had to let this version of me go that for so long, for so many years, through so many really hard situations, this version of me that was doing her absolute best with what she knew at the time and where she was in life, who had fought to protect me, who was flawed and sometimes, didn't do things the way she should have, but she was trying hard to protect me. She got me through so many intense moments, so many hurtful moments, grew with me, comforted me, encouraged me, defended me. This person I know so well. Obviously, I have a lot of history with this version of me. But in order to evolve, in order for my life to evolve, in order for my relationships to evolve, I have to evolve. And that means saying goodbye to parts of myself. Parts that I'm very, very grateful to. Parts that I love, parts that I'm proud of, even though she made a lot of mistakes, she was doing her best and always trying to learn. And that part doesn't go away. Of course, I will always keep parts of myself, but this particular part has to go away. And so I acknowledge that. There's a lot of tears, and it felt hard to let go. But I realized I have to. And so I saw myself embracing this version of me. And her just sort of melting into me and disappearing. And it felt like a little bit like the loss of a loved one, because you feel like I'm not gonna get that person back in that version of that person. That exact version of that person is gone. And it was kind of sad, but it was really powerful, and I knew that it was necessary for my evolution to do this. And it reminded me briefly of, of course, the story of a caterpillar. And I laughed because I wondered, the caterpillar turning into a butterfly probably doesn't have any sentimental moments about what it's going through and losing itself before it becomes something completely different, a completely different form. But in order to fly, it has to completely lose its former self, lose what it identifies itself as. Its actual physical form completely changes. And it probably doesn't, I mean, who knows, but it probably doesn't feel very anxious about it or sad about it. It just wakes up one day and this is the day I'm going to go into this process. And then it does, and then it emerges something totally different. But it reminded me of that. And it was pretty powerful. And so I wanted to just share this little story because I'm sure there are people in this full moon eclipse going through endings of their own, going through transformations of their own. And maybe this helps someone. It was relevant for me a month ago, and revisiting that this month, it's still very relevant. It's, I think, exceptionally relevant this month to this full moon, to this eclipse. It's even more powerful energy, more transformation, more letting go, more endings, more beginnings, more leveling up. So I figured I would make this video today because last month I wasn't in a place physically, emotionally, where I could do it. So here it is now.